Hey everyone, welcome back to PC Perspective. I'm Ryan Schrout. Today we're going to do a quick overview of the new-ish Corsair Obsidian Series 900D case that you see here. By my measurements, it's over 27 inches tall, 25 inches deep, and almost 10 inches wide. So this is probably the largest case we've had at the PC Per offices for quite some time. It has some pretty impressive specifications. Obviously, as you might assume, you can fit a whole bunch of stuff in here. I think it has support for, it says 15 fans, 5 different water cooling radiators, cable routing cutouts, all the kind of stuff that you're used to seeing from Corsair cases. It has support for 15 hard drives and SSDs. But I think other than its immense size, the real beauty of this case lies when we take a look inside. A quick look at the outside of the case actually reveals some pretty interesting features that Corsair has included. Obviously, the first thing you see here is this enormous window, right? If you're into showing off what is inside your case, you want to put lights in there, you want to put water cooling in there. This is probably the best case I have seen in terms of demonstrations, right? So if you want to build a custom rig to take the QuakeCon with you this year, this is going to be one of your better options. Up front, if I turn it around here, you'll see we actually have the front panel here. See if I can get some light on it a little bit better. You've got your 5 1/4 inch bays. Up top, you have access to your headphone and microphone jacks, 2 USB 3, 4 USB 2 ports, your reset, and then the power button is actually this clicky thing up here on top, which is kind of interesting. Right here, this is actually a removable panel. So I lean in here. And this is where you'll see, actually, Corsair has included 3 fans already, and this is a removable fan intake filter there. They're using some of their higher-end retail fans there, which is nice. Put that back in there. And it just kind of snaps back into place. No latches or magnets or anything on that regard. You've got air filters up top. You've got air filters in the side. You've got stuff in the back as well. If I rotate this here, you'll see some interesting stuff. We've got, I think there are 10, there are 10 back panels here. So if you want to do quad SLI, quad crossfire, this is a case that's going to be able to support that. You'll notice there's room for power supply here. There's also room for a second ATX power supply. You've got an included exhaust fan, and then you've got some air ventilation up here for water cooling and all the other stuff that you can include up top. Both of the doors are removable through these single buttons. Just push the button and pull this back door off as well. I'll go ahead and leave that off. I also like that it's raised off the ground. Corsair has done that with their Obsidian series for a while, and I do actually really like that feature. So the outside is well built, seems pretty sturdy. And let's go ahead and look at what they did inside the machine. So we took off the other doors, and you can see again, lots of space in here. It doesn't even look that big now, but if we show you it with a full-size ATX motherboard in here, it really puts everything into perspective. The standard Corsair collection of features is here. You've got a huge CPU backplate, so you can remove the cooler, change the cooler on your system without necessarily having to take out the motherboard, which is nice. They've got lots of cable routing openings here, most of them grommeted, some of them up top are not, but lots of areas for cables that come through here. This is considered the main area. You've got your optical bays here, but what is interesting is that you notice this is the top of the ATX mounting area, right about here where my hand is. From that point up is all open air. That's all area for you to include up to a 480 millimeter radiator, which actually goes into the optical bays through there. And actually you can support 5 of them. You can put a 240 over here, you can put a 480 here, a 240 on the back, and a 140 here for your typical CPU mounting area. So there's a lot of space inside this case. So if you want to access the bottom area, it's actually a magnetic door, but they included these little switches here to help open it in case you don't actually have the panel off. The doors are nice. They're kind of spring loaded there, so they'll stay open at most angles. And the filters on these are actually magnetic, so easy to remove, easy to reapply, clean, all that kind of good stuff. You'll see that this is where we have our hard drive bays. There are only 9 included with the 900D by default, and they are movable. But you'll see that there's space here for another one, and there's actually a tray here for another one as well. Those you can buy extra, separate from the Corsair website, so you can actually get to the 15 hard drive support. I will note that these drive bays are different than any I've seen from Corsair so far, and they feel a little chintzy. They feel a little bit cheaper than I would like. The way they feel sliding in and out of the bays is not as good as I would expect for the type of case that this is, for the price and all that kind of stuff. It's good. It's serviceable. It'll fit the drives. It'll fit your SSDs. That's not a big deal. Down here you have these 3 drives are actually hot swappable. There's a bracket on the back side. Now, when we talk about putting radiators down here, and if I open up the back as well, you'll be able to see right through that. You can support a 240 radiator here, and you can support a 480 radiator down here. Now, obviously, that would require you to remove some components. You'd have to take these 2 drive bays out, and you could relocate one up here, and you could take one out completely. If you want to have more space for longer graphics cards, you could relocate this here. You get a lot of flexibility with the hard drives in terms of, do you really need more than 9? If you don't, if you're comfortable with 6, you can make a lot more space for your dual power supplies down here if you want to do that. Radiator, all that, kind of configuration that you want. Can all be included there. The top filter is actually a little bit more difficult to get out. I always have to look where this is, but it actually slides forward, and again you have a cleanable top there as well. And to see if I can tilt this down for you guys on the camera without dislodging anything, and you can see the access there to the 480 millimeter. You can do just fans. You can do a radiator. You have all of those options there. The 900D is about nothing if not flexibility. And I do want to turn around on the back and show you guys They did a little bit more interesting job here with the cable routing. You can see here they've got these clips that you can move cables in and out of. They still have the standard zip tie areas, which are still useful, but I do kind of like having this kind of, I don't know, premeditated way of getting all of your cables cleaned up. So even though you usually, especially when I'm building systems with these types of cases, the back of it is just a mess, this will help you clean it up even a little bit more. So that's our general overview of the new Corsair Obsidian Series 900D case. We're going to spend a lot more time with this, see what we can do in terms of general cooling performance, sound level performance, build quality, what it's like to actually completely build and construct a system inside of it. Obviously that's important, especially considering the price. This case is going to be about $350 retail, thereabouts. The Corsair 800D, the kind of used to be the biggest case that Corsair offered, is $275, I guess, so $75 difference or so. If we compare this to, in my opinion, what is the other kind of high-end, large, expensive case, the Cooler Master Cosmos 2, depending on where you go, you can get the Cosmos 2 for around $300 or as high as $375. So the 900D is, I would say, a little bit more expensive than that. Other than the issues that I had with the hard drive trays, they seem a little cheap. The build construction seems pretty good, but that's one of those things that we can only really tell you for 100% sure once we dive in and actually build a system and start using it over a longer period of time, which we are definitely going to do in a full review. So if you are on the look for I don't know what else to say, an enormous case that can fit, anywhere from your mini ITX motherboards to your extended ATX boards and even beyond, the Corsair 900D is definitely a fantastic option. And if you're looking for something to just completely outfit your rig with water cooling, this has all the space you're going to need for that. So keep checking PCPro.com. We'll have our full review of this later on down the line after we spend some more time with it. For now, I'm Ryan Shrout. Thanks for watching.